The next coach is one of my favorites. She's really built a strong business. Now, she's a Success Club 10 All-Star. She's earned 244 Success Club points in 2012. Get this, 35 consecutive months of Success Club. 26 of those are in Success Club 10. She's been an elite coach in 2011. In 2012, she was an Elite 10 coach the past 2 years, which means, of course, she went to Argentina this year, and last year went to Tahiti. Just really a super couple. And she has a phenomenal story. And get this, she even has a town, the city in which she lives is named after her. So how cool is that? Would you please help me welcome to the stage superstar coach, 15-star diamond coach from Melissa, Texas, Melissa McAllister, or as she likes to be called, Dr. McAllister. Melissa, smile. Just hoping you're not a proctologist, right? Not one of those type of doctors. Okay, we're out of here. We're out of here.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. I know you have another option being out at the park, and I really appreciate you being here. So, I am Dr. McAllister, and I am here to help you. Now, as a doctor, many times I get asked for me to help people with their fitness. So, I'm here to help you as well. For instance, anybody here have a spare tire? Spare tire. Anybody need help with a spare tire? Anybody? Here, Lauren. There you go. How about muffin top? Anybody here have muffin top? Me. All right. What's next? What do I get asked about? Thunder's eyes. Anybody here Thunder's eye problem? Over there. Ready? I don't have that good of an arm. Oh, close. I better hurry. They have me start the timer yet. They're so good. Back bacon. Run up. That's my husband's term. Danielle? Danielle, back bacon. All right, two more. I got two more for you. Man boobs. Anybody have man boobs? Anybody? Jackie? And last but not least, cankles. Anybody need help with their cankles? Here we go. Ellie.
Put your head. Concussion. Anybody have a concussion?
All right. So those are actually very silly names for something that could lead to a serious problem. Right? We're talking obesity, cancer, diabetes, heart disease. So I want to get serious with you. And we're going to talk about Shakeology. And of course, this is what my husband's doing. All right. So speaking of Shakeology, when it helps me to express the importance of Shakeology to people, there's things that I need you to know. There's 70 ingredients, and you can't know all 70 ingredients, but you can know two. Two ingredients that are going to help you explain to people how unique and how special Shakeology is. So the first one we're going to talk about is Camu, which is very special to Shakeology. And for me, when I go to learn, I use acronyms. So I'm going to use the acronym DIVA. The D stands for depression. Now, did you know that Camu has the most amount of vitamin C of any food source out there? To put it into terms, you can eat 8 ounces of Camu berries or 10.5 pounds of strawberries to equal the same amount of vitamin C. So very powerful stuff. DIVA stands for depression. Did you know that it's the #1 prescribed medication for people under the age of 44? And people who are on depression medication stay on it, or 60% of people on it for over 2 years. It's a problem. Vitamin C has shown to help with the area of depression. And regardless, if you put somebody on Shakeology, they're going to lose weight, they're going to have more energy, they're going to sleep better. So don't you think depression would subside if they were on Shakeology and they just felt better about themselves? The next one is I, and that stands for inflammation. How many people do you know that have arthritis or joint pain? That's inflammation. So Vitamin C is anti-arthritic and anti-inflammatory, meaning that it's going to help with the pain of arthritis. And not only that, but inflammation hurts the heart. So it's very good for the heart. And V is for virus. How many of you hear on a daily basis that vitamin C is good for combating and keeping away the flu and the cold? My husband is a great testimony to that. He's sick right now, but it's the first time he's been sick in 3 years since he started doing Shakeology. 3 years. And the last one is A, antioxidants. You cannot open up a food or a health journal magazine and they don't talk about antioxidants and how good they are for you, right? Not only are they good for you as far as combating disease, but antioxidants fight free radicals. And free radicals attack collagen. My ladies out there, what happens when you lose your collagen? Yeah. So vitamin C, camu berries, Shakeology, are going to help keep you young. Now the next one we have is Sasha Inchi. This food source has the highest amount of omega-3 of any food source. And I want you to think about the acronym MAD. So when you think about MAD, the M stands for metabolism. Metabolism. So when you have omega-3 regularly in your diet, what happens is it allows the body to use fat for energy more readily. That's a beautiful thing, right? A stands for ADD. Chicken. There's a chicken. It stands for ADD, and I want you to know that they have found, especially in children, that when you have low levels of omega-3 in your diet, you have more trouble learning. The next one is D, and it stands for disease, of course, heart disease. And we all know that omega-3 is good for lowering your LDL cholesterol. And the last D is for diabetes. And it helps reduce your blood sugar. Okay, the next thing I want to talk to you about is that coaches need to be taught. And I don't know about you, but when I bring on coaches, they're not salespeople. They're passionate people who have had great success with a product. So they don't really understand how to sell Shakeology. How many of you have a coach? You ask them, you know, what is Shakeology to you? Oh my gosh, Shakeology is like the greatest thing in the whole wide world. It comes like in 4 really good flavors. Well, kind of 3. That green berry I'm not so sure about. But 3 really good flavors. And there's like 70 plus ingredients in it. And I can't pronounce a single one of them. There's this really cute guy who goes all over the world and he finds these ingredients and he puts them in Shakeology. And I just really like it. And you want to try it? No. Thank you. So they get a little excited. So you need to teach your coaches how to talk about Shakeology. So they first off need to have a confident one-liner. So I'm going to have you repeat after me. You're going to participate with me?
Yes.
Okay. Shakeology is a powerful accelerator for weight loss.
Shakeology
is a powerful accelerator for weight loss.
And can help you fight disease.
And can help you fight disease.
One more time. Shakeology is a powerful accelerator for weight loss.
Shakeology is a powerful accelerator for weight loss.
And can help you fight disease.
And can help you fight disease.
Doesn't that sum it up nicely? So when you're in the elevator and somebody says, what's the Shakeology shirt you're wearing? What is Shakeology? It's a powerful accelerator for weight loss and it can help you fight disease. Okay? Sums it up. Number 2. No 2 ingredients. We just went over that. Out of the 70 ingredients, you know 2 that are helpful in fighting so many of the diseases that we have out there. Number 3, have a Reader's Digest version of a personal success story. You have to know somebody who's had an amazing success story with Shakeology, right? Know that story. Shakeology is an emotional decision, and you need to get to their emotion and let them know how Shakeology, for me, you know, it helped your dad get his blood sugar levels back to normal. Jonathan, I don't know if you said that. And then the last one is, which is my favorite, is a comparison or analogy. And if you think I'm going to be up here, I'm going to compare it to the other guys. I'm gonna. There's no comparison whatsoever. But what you have to do is you have to compare it to real life scenarios. And the first one is, my coach Michelle Bachborn here, she helped me with this, is unleaded gas versus premium unleaded. Many of you guys know I have a car guy, and so I get to drive a performance car. And if I ever try to get cheap and put regular unleaded in my car, first tank you can't really tell. It's not a huge difference. But maybe the second or the third tank, which I've never done that, honey. The second or third tank, the performance isn't there. It has a really slow reaction time, and it coughs and it sputters when I turn it down. It's just not the same car. So what you have by saving a few dollars is a car that's unreliable, could be unsafe, and just doesn't perform like it's supposed to. And we are no different. So for a couple more dollars a day, you're going to have a performance machine as opposed to something that you just can't rely on. You agree, honey? And then the last one, in my visuals, right? How many of you are going to Summit? Okay, so I need you to imagine that you're at Summit right now, and we're at the MGM Grand. And I asked you to walk to the love store with this shoe on your right foot and this shoe on your left foot. You'd be like, okay, I can do that. And you probably wouldn't notice a big difference in your knees or your back. If I were to ask you to run to the Stratosphere from the MGM wearing these shoes or these shoes, okay, these were $30, these were $176. Do you think your back or your knees would notice a difference between the two? Absolutely. Absolutely. There's so much technology and research done in these shoes that you can feel that is just not in this. They're both tennis shoes, and you can wear them both, but they're completely different animals. So in closing, I want you to remember that you have to have a one-liner that you can confidently say when somebody asks you what Shakeology is. Number 2, have a success story that is emotional and people can connect to. And number 3, know your products. Have 2 products just on the top of your head, and remember Diva and Mad. And when anybody goes to ask you about Shakeology, you're going to feel confident and you're going to help save somebody's life. Thank you guys so much.
Great job.